Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today's video I will be sharing with you guys my top favorite men's fragrances for 2021, and these are all the fragrances that I think would be perfect for this time of season. They're very nice and fresh, very cool, and just nice to smell at this time of season in springtime. So before I mention all the fragrances, if you're new here, then hi, my name is Rahma and I would love to have you back to my channel. Please make sure you are subscribed to my channel for more content like these, and also follow me on my Instagram at Rahma, where I always post beauty content in there, and I'm always posting loads of reviews that I don't post here on YouTube, so it's definitely worth if you come on my Instagram. Now I'm gonna throw the pictures here on the screen so it's easy for you guys to kind of explore while I talk. But the first fragrance I want to mention, which is one of my favorite fragrances this time of season, is the Armani Acqua di Gio Profondo. Now Armani fragrances are one of my absolutely favorite fragrances, and the new one from the Acqua di Gio range is the Profondo, which comes in the navy blue or dark blue bottle. I've already filmed a dedicated video regarding the Acqua di Gio Profondo, so I'm gonna leave a link here in the bar, as well as I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you all to go and check it out. But the Acqua di Gio Profondo is an aromatic fuchsia fragrance for the men. It's a new fragrance in the Acqua di Gio range, and it was launched in 2020, so it's basically launched last year. And it's a very special fragrance because the top notes, it has C notes, it's got aquazone, which is one of the latest kind of ingredient and fragrance. It's got bergamot, and it's got green mandarin, so it starts off very fresh and very zesty, and then it goes to the middle notes. It has rosemary, cypress, lavender, so it's very nice and fresh and kind of greenery, so it's kind of greenery fresh. And then the base note, it's got mineral notes, musk, patchouli and amber, so the amber and the patchouli makes the fragrance more longer lasting and more beautiful and very nice on the skin. And it is an eau de parfum fragrance, so it's a very nice and long lasting scent. But if you want to know more information regarding this fragrance, then I highly suggest you guys to go and check out my video that I filmed for the Profondo. The next fragrance on my list is the Ralph Lauren Deep Blue fragrance, and it is a parfum fragrance, and it's also the latest edition of the Ralph Lauren family. The Ralph Lauren Blue line is basically dedicated to men who prefer a very fresh and aromatic and marine fragrance that reflects the power of the ocean and the beauty and the mystery of its depths. So it's very fresh, very crazy, and very nice and uplifting. The Deep Blue is basically the highest of the strongest of the fragrance of the blue range, so it's very powerful, and it basically is described as a powerful wave of the freshness. So it's really intense. So if you like the intensity of a fresh fragrance, then the Ralph Lauren Deep Blue is a very gorgeous fragrance to go and check it out. Again, the fragrance has been launched last year in 2020, and the top notes consist of crystal fizz, which is one of the latest ingredients in the Ralph Lauren Blue collection. It's got Hawaiian green mango, it's got grapefruit oil, and it's got bergamot oil. Middle notes, it has cypress oil, geranium absolute, and clary sage oil. And as the base note, it has deep ocean accord, musk accord, patchouli oil, fir balsam, and ambroxan. Ambroxan is, again, it's very similar to amber. So again, this fragrance with the film balsam and the amber makes a very nice complexion to make this fragrance very long lasting and very intense. So this fragrance is really intense. I think this fragrance is more intense than the Acqua di Gio Profondo, because it's a eau de parfum and this one is a parfum, so the Deep Blue is the even more intense version of it. The next fragrance I want to mention is from Maison Margiela. Now I filmed again a dedicated video regarding Maison Margiela fragrances. It's like I filmed a huge fragrance guide for the fragrances. I'm gonna leave again linked up here in the bar, or also I'm gonna leave just a playlist of the fragrance reviews that I did, because I filmed quite a lot of fragrance reviews because I'm a huge fragrance addict. But the Maison Margiela Sailing Day is the one I want to highlight in this video, because the Sailing Day is a fragrance for women and for women, and it was launched in 2017, I believe. This fragrance is such a unique and refreshing and invigorating fragrance. It's very special, very unique, and very so different compared to the other fragrances I want to mention. It's really amazing. I highly suggest you guys to go and check it out. Now the top note consists of C notes, it's got red pepper, it's got coriander, middle notes we have iris and rose, and the base notes we have seaweed, cedar, amber and amber wood. So it's a very as I said, again, very unique. I'm gonna repeat myself a lot in this video because I'm running out of adjectives and words and vocabularies in this video, so sorry about that. But this fragrance is a very special fragrance. You have to go and smell it for yourself because it's a very fresh, as well as a very different kind of fresh take on a fragrance. Because of the notes it has, it makes the fragrance very nice to smell, very different and very good. Spice Bomb by Viktor&Rolf, and particularly I'm talking about the Spice Bomb Nightvision EDP Parfum. Oh my god, what a fragrance. Now this fragrance again came out last year, 2020, and again I filmed a dedicated video regarding the fragrance. I'm gonna leave it here linked below as well as in the description. This fragrance is a very addictive fragrance. Now, it is an Eau de Parfum. They brought out the Nightvision, which was the first one, and that was an Eau de Toilette, but this one is an Eau de Parfum. And speaking of the fragrance, it's a very different fragrance. It's an Oriental Fougere fragrance, and it's basically a very intense version of the Nightvision. So the Nightvision is known for the freshness of the fragrance. This, seeing of the notes, it has quite a lot of notes. Top notes, it has green apple, cardamom, black pepper, chili pepper, nutmeg, cloves, grapefruit, lemon. It has basically the same kind of notes as the original Spice Bomb. Middle notes we have clary sage, lavender, rosemary, mint, and coriander. Base notes we have pistachio and benzoin, balsam fir, cedar, and patchouli. So it's again, it has loads of notes. This fragrance is a very special, very uplifting. I have it in my perfume collection, which is just here at the top. I still wear it. I get so many compliments. It's very strong, very long lasting. One few sprays here around the neck and around your arms is more than enough, because this fragrance is a very special and very long lasting fragrance. The next fragrance on my list, I have the Valentino Born Roma Uomo fragrance for men. Oh wow, this fragrance was launched in 2019, and since the launch I am falling all over this fragrance. It's a very sweet and very fresh fragrance. It's very different. Most people think that this fragrance could be unisex because some girls like it as well, but I think it's more like a men's fragrance, and this would be amazing for this time of season, for the springtime, because it's very uplifting, very refreshing fragrance. Now, what I really like about this fragrance is very simple, because the notes is not crazy full of notes. Top notes, it has myrrh notes, violet leaf, and salt. The violet leaves is there and I can smell it. It's a very floral sweet scent, which is really nice, and then goes to ginger and sage in the middle notes. Base notes we have vetiver and woody notes. Now the vetiver and the sage and the ginger makes this fragrance very different and takes it to another level, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. I still have it up in my perfume collection, and I get so many compliments by wearing this fragrance. So this is my absolutely favorite fragrance, and the price point of it is also amazing. So definitely suggest you guys to go and check it out. I'm gonna leave linked in the description for you to go and check it out, and as well as I'm gonna leave all the other products which I'm going to mention in the description box below as well. The next fragrance on my list I have is Invictus by Paco Rabanne. Now this fragrance, when I saw the bottle, I had to go and smell it. It's such an amazing, such a fresh and different fragrance. The bottles of Paco Rabanne is one of my favorites of them all now. There are certain brands or perfume brands that I'm not a fan of in terms of the bottles, whereas Paco Rabanne is the one I really enjoy, because you guys know 1 million is such a hit and people love it so much. So the Invictus is also great. This fragrance is a woody aquatic fragrance, and it was launched in 2013, so quite a long time now. So still till this date, this fragrance is very popular by all the gents out there. So the top notes, it consists of C notes, grapefruit, mandarin, orange. So it's very zesty, very citrusy and kind of marine note inspired fragrance. Middle notes we have bay leaf and jasmine. The jasmine is one of my favorites in a fragrance. Now I can definitely smell it. And the base notes we have is amber, gaiac wood, oak moss, and patchouli. Now the one note in here is the gaiac wood. Such a strong note in here is the gaiac wood. Is so amazing. I love it so much. The gaiac wood and the oak moss and the patchouli makes this fragrance very long lasting, very different and takes it fragrance in another level, which I really enjoy. Let's mention my favorite brand, Prada. Prada fragrances are again another fragrance brand which I really enjoy and really wear. Now the one fragrance I like from Prada for this time of season, for the springtime, is the Prada Black, or is it the Prada Luna Black? It's the Luna Rosa Black by Prada, and it's a woody oriental fragrance for gents out there, and it was launched in 2018. This fragrance is again, it's, I wouldn't necessarily call it fresh, but this has a very kind of oriental woodiness in it, more like a depth in this fragrance, and it's so long lasting. And you get so many compliments when you wear this fragrance because it leaves a nice mark afterwards, like the tail afterwards. Top notes we have is bergamot, middle notes is this patchouli, base notes we have amber and musk. So this fragrance, of again like the Valentino born in Roma, has a very less ingredient or notes in it. That's why this fragrance makes it so special, because these kind of notes really work together, and this makes this fragrance very long lasting, very addictive, and very gorgeous on the skin. Now it's so long lasting when you smell it, and I love it so much. I highly suggest you guys to go and check out this fragrance. The price point again is very reasonable. I believe it's an EDP Parfum, and it's again, as I said, a very long lasting and very gorgeous fragrance for all the gents out there. Versace or Versace, I hope I pronounce it correctly either way, the Versace Eros fragrance. Oh wow, when this fragrance launched, honestly it got so much attention, and when I saw the bottle, when I saw the turquoise color, the way it was made, and then when I went and smelled it, I fell in love with this fragrance. I had to get it, and it was one of my absolutely favorite fragrances. It's finished now. It's what was one of my signature fragrances from Versace. It's gorgeous. It's such a sweet fragrance. It's an aromatic fuchsia fragrance, and it was launched in 2012. So 2012 was the launch, and what I really like about this fragrance is the bottle. The bottle really speaks to me. I love the turquoise color, and the cap is also very gorgeous. Now the top notes we have mint, green apple and lemon, so again it has this fresh kick at the beginning. Middle notes there is tonka bean, ambroxan and geranium. Geranium. Tonka bean and geranium are the scents or the notes that really work together, and it makes this fragrance very addictive and very sweet. Tonka bean is one of my favorite notes in a fragrance. Base note we have Madagascar vanilla. It's got cedar, atlas cedar, vetiver and oak moss. So the base notes leave this kind of vanilla-y scent together with the tonka bean. So this makes this fragrance a very sweet and very fresh fragrance. I don't know how they made this, because it's really hard to get a fresh and sweet fragrance very nice. But this fragrance is one of my absolutely gorgeous and favorite fragrances for the gents out there. It's gorgeous. They brought out the Eros Flame, which is in the red bottle. To be honest, I'm not a fan of it. I think it smells a bit different, but I really like the original Eros Versace one. Gucci Guilty Pour Homme Eau de Parfum. Wow, such a intense, such a vibrant fragrance. Now this fragrance is basically an intense version of the masculine fragrances of the Gucci Pour Homme family. And basically it's a celebration of Gucci Guilty, and it's basically the latest version of it, so they had to brought it out. It has a very intensifying traditional coat of the masculine beauty with a mysterious and unconventional new scent, which is created for the electric and the bold, which I like the statement. The composition of woody, aromatic and spicy notes makes this fragrance a very modern interpretation of the 70s, and the top notes consist of rose, chili, vinegar and salt. So again, a very kind of different fragrance. And the hard notes we have orange blossom, absolu, neroli, French lavender, and the base notes are cedar and patchouli. So it makes this fragrance very fresh at the end. And the orange blossom gives this fragrance a very zesty and very orangey fragrance on it, which is very nice. And the cedar and the patchouli gives this freshness kick at the end. So overall this fragrance is very nice for the springtime and very different fragrance. So if you want to experiment with your fragrances, then this one, it's a very great fragrance, as well as the Versace Eros, because the Versace Eros has also different type of freshness in the fragrance in terms of the other classic ones that I've mentioned before. A quick fragrance I want to mention is the Chanel Bleu de Chanel Parfum version. Now again, similar to the Ralph Lauren Bleu collection, the Chanel fragrances, they brought out the Bleu, which is the Parfum, and it's also again similar to the Ralph Lauren Bleu collection. It's a very intense version of the collections previously made. The Chanel Bleu de Chanel is very intense, very awakening, and very refreshing scent. I smelled it and this fragrance smells divine. If you like, again, your strong, kind of fresh, zesty, masculine fragrances in a bottle, then definitely this is the one to go for. I really like the Bleu de Chanel fragrances. I think they look gorgeous, they are very long lasting, and they are everybody's favorite. And if you are not a fan of the Ralph Lauren one, then check out definitely the Chanel Bleu de Chanel. Last but not least, the fragrances I want to mention is from Tom Ford. Now with Tom Ford, I want to mention a particular category, and it is from the Neroli range. Now they have quite a bunch of different type of Neroli fragrances, but they're all the one which comes in a nice turquoise blue packaging or bottle, and I am obsessed with the bottle of Tom Ford. Now especially the turquoise color, because I'm a fan of turquoise, one of my favorite colors, if you have already guessed it by the Versace one. So yeah, the Neroli ones are very aquatic, fresh fragrances. And in terms of the notes, I'm gonna go briefly with the notes. It has mostly tangerine, bergamot, lemon, and it's got orange leaf and violet leaf. So again, it's very zesty, very fresh. Middle notes, they mostly consist of flowers, so it goes like rose, orange blossom, jasmine, or somethers. So different type of flowers it has. And the base notes, and as the, sorry, that was the middle notes, and as the base notes we have is honey, it's got amber, it's got vanilla. So these are the kind of notes it has in the Neroli fragrances. So it's also very fresh in the fresh categories. That's the top notes. Goes to the flowers and the hard notes, and the base notes is left off with a vanilla or kind of ambery scents. Overall, it makes these fragrances very long lasting, very addictive, and very gorgeous on the skin, and they are very long lasting. Honestly, Tom Ford fragrances are one of my favorite fragrances in the fragrance world. Okay guys, so these are all the men's fragrances that I have picked up for the springtime for 2021. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video and liked it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more beauty content like this. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you all in the next one.